Hi friends, this is a true story about Peter. Peter belonged to a poor family. He was the only son of his parents. One night, Peter was yelling out loud on his mother.
Mom, I need money. I don't know from where you get it or how you get it, but I need it right now.
Mom's head was now bursting with pain. She replied angrily,
My dear son, your father is not a landlord. He is just an ordinary clerk in an office. And by the way, why the hell do you need 50,000?
Mom, how many times do I have to tell you? I need money for my university trip. Come on, Mom. My all friends are going.
Well, in any case, I don't have any funds to spend on you. Now you better go to bed. It's already behind time.
I'm not sleeping. In fact, I'm leaving. I don't want to stay in this deprived family anymore.
and then Peter slammed the door loudly and walked out of the house angrily. Mom tried to stop him, but she failed. Peter was now out on road all alone. As it was very late and freezing cold, the roads were almost vacant. Peter thought of spending night at one of his friends and come back home tomorrow. Hopefully, like this, maybe Mom may think over on her decision again. Suddenly, he saw an old red car coming towards him. He asked for left, and luckily, the driver stopped the car. Peter quickly sat in the car and informed the driver about his friend's address. For long, when his friend home didn't arrive, Peter got worried and asked the driver,
How long will it take, bro?
but the driver drove quietly. Getting no response, Peter asked again.
Oh, bro, I am talking to you. Why don't you reply?
But strangely, the driver didn't even react. Peter got suspicious and looked at the driver closely. He noticed that the driver is wearing a mask. He thought COVID is long gone, but the driver is still wearing a mask. This made him more suspicious. At last, he shook the driver's shoulders and yelled out loud,
Are you gone deaf? At least answer in yes or no. What the hell is going on with you?
At this moment, driver turned a bit and looked at Peter. Peter was so shocked and scared. Driver's eyes was completely black. He kept looking at Peter for some time and then he pulled out his mask. Oh my god, he had such a horrible face with long, sharp teeth. At this point, Peter was extremely scared stiff and petrified. Driver looked at him with his black cold eyes and said,
Welcome, my new prey.
he said in a terribly weird voice. His voice shook Peter into consciousness. At this moment, Peter was so nervous and terrified that he jumped out of the car without even giving a second thought and started running blindly into woods. He was rushing furiously into deep and deep and deep woods when suddenly he saw a light shining in deep woods. He went curious and ran towards the light. But when he came near the light, he was so stunned to see a small cottage in between the woods.
A cottage in deep woods? How is this possible? I think I should go and seek for help.
He hurried towards the little old cottage and knocked the door anxiously. After a few minutes, the door unlocked and rolled back. Peter was so shocked to see a beautiful girl dressed in an attractive white long gown standing on the door.
May I help you?
She said in her sweet voice.
I am very thirsty. May I have some water to drink?
Oh, why not? Please get in and have some rest too. You look very tired.
Peter quickly got in and stood quietly in one corner of this little old cottage. The girl then bought a glass of juice and said,
Have some juice and make yourself comfortable. By the time, I'll get something to eat for you.
Peter took the glass and started drinking the juice sip by sip. The juice was red in color and had a very weird taste, but Peter drank the juice carelessly. Meanwhile, the girl came back with a tray of food. She kept the tray on table and stood by the window of her little cottage. Now Peter looked at the girl carefully. Nevertheless, she was an extraordinary pretty girl. Her long brown hair were very attractive. She had an impressive voice and a beautiful smile. He was looking at her from top to bottom when suddenly he froze. Oh my God, her feet are facing backwards? No, this is not possible. He was uttering to himself and turned his eyes towards the food to calm himself down. But he got shocked to see human fingers floating in the curry. He got so scared and pushed the tray away. At this moment, the girl looked at him with an evil smile and proceeded towards him step by step. Gradually, she started turning into an ugly, horrible witch with black eyes and long, dirty nails.
Welcome! Welcome, my new ones!
With a wicked smile on her ugly face. Peter was so horrified. The witch was advancing towards him with her long, stretched hands. When she came pretty close, Peter suddenly pushed her away and ran out of the cottage. He was again rushing blindly into woods when he heard a sharp whistle-like scream. The scream was so loud that he immediately covered his ears with his hands. Otherwise, he would have gone deaf. Now, once again, he was rushing through the woods blindly. After a few minutes, he paused to rest and took deep breaths. Till now, he was blindly running through the woods, but now he has to find a way towards the road. All of a sudden, he realized that he has his cell phone in his pocket. He immediately took out the phone and turned the torch on. And once again, very carefully, he started crossing the woods. As he was walking, he saw a donkey standing with his head down in woods. Peter was so surprised to see the donkey in a freezing cold night all alone. Peter came near the donkey and threw his torch to look at him closely, but he was stunned to see deep black color of the donkey. Peter had never seen a black donkey in his life before. Suddenly, he saw that the donkey's ears started growing downwards. Peter got shocked and fell back. The donkey then looked at Peter and passed an evil smile. Peter was standing in shock when he heard the loud, weird voice of the taxi driver.
He is mine. I brought him here. You both leave him alone.
Meanwhile, the witch came flying by and pushed the taxi driver away from Peter. And then what? A huge fight started between the two evil forces. Peter was so scared stiff and terrified by the thought that he is going to be the prey of one of them. Either the witch will drink his blood, or the evil monster taxi driver will tear him apart. This thought shook Peter into consciousness. Slowly and gradually, he moved away from the evil monsters and started running towards the road again. Peter kept running and running for at least 40 minutes till he reached the road near his house. Now he stopped for a while to gather his breaths. After a few seconds, he headed towards his house as quick as he can and started beating the door anxiously. When Mom opened the door, she was so shocked to see Peter in a very bad condition. She helped him in, but Peter lost all his senses after looking at her mother and started uttering words.
Save me, Mom. Please save me. Hide me from those evil monsters, Mom. Please save me.
And then he went unconscious. For days he suffered from high-grade fever and chills. And then, slowly and gradually, he turned towards his normal life. But still, in some nights, he feels the presence of something behind him. With this feeling, all the hair of his body stick up and he starts shivering. For sure, the memory of that horrifying night is terrible.